Hey guys, it's Ep24 here, welcome back to episode 24 of my Manchester City career. Now in today's episode, we've got obviously the summer transfer window to get through, hopefully get to our first sort of proper game of the season. Got a game against Real Madrid here in the pre-season tournament, which I don't know whether we're going to play or sim just yet. I haven't quite decided. In the last episode, obviously we saw Messi join us. We obviously played 2 pre-season games as well. Good decent results, played well against both teams, PSG and Bayern Munich, and we got a third game to play against Real Madrid here. So I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to play it or not. But we're going to be trying to get rid of some players in today's episode. We've got a huge squad, and so we'll be getting rid of some players as well as signing some players up as well, hopefully, in today's episode. We haven't quite decided yet. We're mainly going to be focusing on getting rid of players to begin with, and so a lot of us that on international duty should hopefully return at some point during today's episode. Before we get into things though, if we could try and hit 100 likes, I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the channel or if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd really appreciate it if you go ahead and click that subscribe button, and that'd be absolutely fantastic. Click the little button down below and that'd be great. Let's crack on with today's episode, and we are going to play against Real Madrid. This is who I'm going to go with. Muric in goal again, Maffeo, Stones, Tosin and Angelino in defence. We've got Davenport, Foden and Diaz in midfield. Roberts is going to start this game despite him being transfer listed. Coyote up front still, and Moreno on the left hand side as well. So no Leroy Sané, he drops to the bench for this game, and we've also got some other options for us as well. As you can see here, Yaya Toure gets on the bench, as does Ruiz. So a few different options for us, trying different players out. Even though we have transfer listed and loan listed some players, we're still willing to continue to give them a go. So we'll see how we get on against Madrid here, try and get ourselves 3 points. Okay, then we go for this game against Real Madrid. Let's see how we get on. Try and get ourselves a victory, of course, in these pre-season games. The result doesn't really matter as much as it would be nice to, I suppose, get a little bit more money and go through to the next round. I'm more interested in how the individual players play and whether they are capable of helping out our first team, whether they should stay at the club, whether they should be sold, etc. So that's the most important thing for us to find out in these games in pre-season, and that's what I found out so far in 2 matches, and hopefully going to continue to try and find out in today's game as well. Coyote at the moment is very much in the balance as to whether he stays or leaves. He's played well, he started off well as well, and assists Diaz, who scores the goal 4 minutes in. Great start to the game, and we're already winning the match. And yeah, some of the youngsters getting involved nicely here. Diaz looking good at centre attacking mid. Here we go. Odegaard equalises just 4 minutes later. Easy as that for Real Madrid, and it's another youngster yet in the goal. Another young centre attacking mid that scores as well. Poor defending from us. Allowed the ball to get into the box. Couldn't seem to win it back. I always like to go for standing tackles, and yeah, not very successful on this FIFA. Let's put it that way. Tosin there completely loses him, and he equalises. Great pass, ball through, play to the cross, luckily offside. We were very, very lucky there. Good chance, 2-1. Real Madrid go in front. I think I've got to put it a little bit down to defending and the goalkeeping. Now, I think the keeper should do a little bit better. I understand he's 67 overall. It's not a fantastic keeper, but I think he should do a bit better. That it's not the greatest of strikes. It's a little bit in the corner, of course, but I think initially you have to defend it better as well. So you can see the midfield here. Foden not really doing anything. Davenport not really helping out, and so it's a mixture and a combination of a lot of different things. We've just done a little bit badly there, and it happens when you've got a lot of youngsters in the team. You kind of should expect that. But yeah, we're losing the game 2-1. Real Madrid exploiting whenever we're not playing particularly well. Half time, losing the game 2-1 at the moment. I'm going to go into the second half, probably make some changes at half time, as we can obviously make as many as we want. So yeah, probably bring on a few different players and obviously take off some of the ones that aren't particularly performing very well. Okay, 4 changes. We're going to bring on Douglas Luiz, Zinchenko, Ruiz and Jason Dye. We'll take off Foden, Moreno, Davenport and Stones, just rotating just a little bit. Foden's been a bit disappointing. That's why I'm trying to train him up, because I'm not very impressed with him in game, to be honest. I'm still going to keep him. There's no chance of him being sold or anything like that, but just need to try and improve him in game a bit. Diaz is playing really well. He's going to go to centre mid though, so gets dropped back a little bit so Zinchenko can play further forward. Let's see how it goes. Hopefully get ourselves obviously into the lead, but there's a little bit of a way to go before we can do that. Coyote here now playing the right hand side. He's going to shoot. Good save by the goalkeeper. Put him out as a right winger now just to kind of fit him in the team. Roberts has gone to the left hand side again, just to try and keep him in the side as well, give him some more game time. It's going to be cleared away as far as Diaz to shoot, and hits it so well, but it was blocked. Zinchenko over to Diaz. Looking for Coyote, just about finds him, back into the middle, Ruiz there looking for a tap in, but it was saved by the keeper, out for a corner, good play, just got a little bit halted at times, but managed to get it through eventually, and Douglas Luiz now going to deliver into the box, straight to the knives in there, but punched away as far as Zinchenko, going to go for a shot on his left foot, blocks, on his right, and wide. Ruiz back heels now into Zinchenko, going to shoot his left foot, drags it wide. Let's make the final changes. Coyote, Roberts and Diaz all to off. We'll bring on Yaya Toure, Selena and Leroy Sané. Zinchenko go on the left-hand side, Sané on the right-hand side, Selena in behind the striker, and Yaya obviously as a holding midfielder. We'll see how it goes. Final 30 minutes, still can try and get back into this game. But yeah, a draw would still be pretty good. We've had 9 shots, 3 on target, but yeah, Real Madrid have scored 2 of their shots. We've only scored 1. Sané coming inside, allowed to shoot. Oh, over the bar. Great quality though from Leroy Sané. Sadly though, couldn't quite keep it down. Third goal, 3-1, Real Madrid now obviously won the game with 5 minutes left. Again, I think the keeper can do better. Just kind of flaps his arms a little bit. It's not the fastest of shots or anything like that. We can obviously defend it better, definitely, but you know, I'm used to obviously having Ederson in goal to be able to sort of save those fairly sort of tame shots. But yeah, we can definitely defend it better. Don't close him down properly. Again, it's a case of we trying to do a standing tackle and it just not working. You see Jason Nye, the wrong side of the ball completely, dived in there. That was supposed to be a standing tackle from tossing, but it took about half an hour to happen. And then the finish is, you know, like I say, pretty weak, and he should definitely react to that and should dive a little bit further to the right than that, but it happens and we should defend it better. He's a youngster. I'm not really expecting him to be world class right now, but yeah, disappointed to lose the game 3-1. Luckily these games don't mean too much, and we'll wait and see whether we go through into the next round or not. Ruiz playing over the top here to Salina, finally makes a run through. It's the first time he's really touched the ball at centre attacking mid, and it's a free kick even though it looks like we're running through there. Strange decision, but we'll have to take it. On the edge of the box here, who do we have? I was tempted to go right-footed and Yaya Toure, but left could actually work a little bit better. We are going to go Yaya, see if we can get it up and over the wall here. Jesus Christ, I barely put any power on. What was that? No way. That was close. Don't know what the keeper was doing there. Anyway, that's it. We've lost the game 3-1. Obviously, disappointed to lose, but, you know, it happens. Real Madrid, obviously, a good side. Had a few good players playing. Modric was playing for a lot of that. You know, Kovacic played as well. So some good players. You know, I think they did have the better side, but we had more shots than them. We should have taken our chances if we didn't. Main issue is probably defensively, though, I'd say. But we get through anyway. We got through, and now we're playing Atletico Madrid if we choose to. It's £2.6 million, nothing major. I don't even know if I will bother playing the game against Atletico Madrid, to be honest. You know, I don't think we necessarily have to play all these matches. Loan deal here for Douglas Luiz, Man.City, a 1-year loan. It's an interesting one. I wanted to keep him, to be honest. Played him in game a few times. He's looked alright, nothing particularly spectacular. And so I am actually tempted to loan him out, to be honest, because I still think he has a future at the club. I just don't think it's quite the right season for him. So it is a little bit tempting to loan him out. I think we might... we'll definitely think about that one. He was supposed to be my Fernandinho replacement, but I just don't know whether he's quite at the right level at the moment. So I think we are going to loan him out to Man.City. A little bit different, but we're going to go with it anyway. He can always come back. We can always recall him. We have plenty of money to do that. So if there is any issues where we need someone like that, then obviously we can bring him back. So we'll send the game against Atletico. I don't really expect us to get through, to be honest, in this game. We've got a very weak team out still, but I expect them to probably have a better side, and they go 1-0 up. We've actually equalised there through Diaz, so it's 1-1. We'll sim it. And we win on penalties. Wow, we got through just about through the skin of our teeth there. Curry obviously got a goal there as well, so good to see him on the score sheet again starting in this game. We're through to the final, inadvertently, wasn't really expecting to be at all, but we'll take it, we'll see who we're up against. Maybe we'll have, oh okay, PSG again. Maybe we'll have some of our players back from international duty. Be nice to be able to play them at some point during pre-season. So Douglas Luiz has moved to Man.City on loan. Really good deal for them, to be fair. That's a fantastic one for them. Brandon Barker's transfer talks are broken down. I suspect it's probably down to his wage, to be honest. 30 odd grand a week for someone of his overall is obviously a lot of money, so don't expect him to be an easy one to get rid of at all. Got this game against PSG now. We'll see whether anyone's returned to international duty. I suspect probably not. We'll have a look now, though. No, I want to try Messi out, to be honest, but yeah, not at the moment. So yeah, we're literally just going to sim the game again. No interest in playing this game. What we will do is obviously play the game against West Ham at some point, maybe even today's episode. We'll wait and see how many transfers we have to deal with. Let's skip it. Cody's got himself an injury there. Sané scored a goal. PSG, though, end up winning the Asian Elite Cup. And Messi's out for 7 days with a pulled hamstring. Not good, but luckily not too long. Cody's out for 9 days with a sprained ankle as well. Forward up to 75 this week. That's good. Need to try and get him a little bit closer to 80, if not at 80 overall, to be honest. Hopefully we can do that before the turn of the year. Okay, I think we're going to have a look at maybe making our first signing here. It's going to be Goretzka who we're going to try and bring in here. Now, the reason I'm going to do that is because I think this could be someone that we need in midfield. Currently, we're trying to get rid of Fernandinho. We're also trying to get rid of Yaya Toure as well. And we also have Douglas Luiz, who's leaving out on loan. He was supposed to come in as a Fernandinho replacement. And yeah, that obviously isn't going to happen. That gets loaned out to Man.City. So we need another midfielder, I think, in there. This guy can play in 3 different positions, centrally, which is great to see, and obviously helps that massively. He's also fairly fast as well, so that is great news, as well as being linked with Man.City in real life as well, which helps. So what we are going to do is delegate. Hopefully they're going to sort something out. So we're going to start the offer, I think, at a little bit more than that. I don't want to insult them too much, so we are going to go 35. I don't mind overpaying if necessary. In fact, what is his value. So yeah, we won't go any higher than 45. We'll put the starting offer at 35 million, and we'll see whether the club can agree to something. Hopefully they can. I suspect they should, but you never know what happens on this game. And as easy as that, it has been agreed. £35 million, very happy about that. And we will now try and see if we can get some sort of wage accepted. So let's accept that offer. And then we are going to delegate, I think, with his wage. Not really too sure what wage he's currently on. So we're going to stand the wage at 55. Don't go higher than 100 grand. To be honest, I'd be happily paying him 100 grand a week, considering what we're paying other players. So we'll go with that. I suspect something will be agreed there. He's currently on 52, so we should be able to agree something there. Hopefully we can. We'll wait and find out hopefully in the next couple of days. Okay, this has come out of the blue. Man United have agreed to pay the release clause of Kevin De Bruyne. £140.5 million release clause to our rivals. Oh no. Okay, gotta sort this out. How do we do that? Do we offer a new contract then? Okay, okay, we'll sort that out now. I was not expecting that to happen. £140.5 million. I mean, I don't really care how much money we get for him. I want De Bruyne in the team. Okay, into contract negotiations we go then. Gotta keep De Bruyne. Got to have him in this team. We're gonna go crucial, of course. And try and get his wage up a little bit, give him bonuses, all these sort of things. 3-year deal, which is currently what he has left anyway. He should accept that, hopefully. That's what he's after. And now release clause. He doesn't want a release clause. Okay, fantastic. Accept that, definitely. I'm happy to not have any release clause in there. Now we've got to discuss his salary, and I think we're just going to go like 275. I was going to go 300, but we'll go 275. See what he says to that. I suspect he'll want loads of different fees and things. No? Okay. No, he doesn't. He's happy to take it. He walks out the room, and we don't have any release clause. As easy as that. Just have to pay him extra 25 grand a week. Now he's definitely not going to United. Transfer offer here for Jason Denayer. It's from Leicester City, £7.6 million. I can't remember whether he is actually transfer listed or not. I can't remember whether I decided to do that. Yes, he is transfer listed. So we are going to, I think, delegate. Again, just try and get as much money as possible. Don't sell a player for any less than £8 million. Start the offer, 9.5. Yes, we're trying to get as much money as possible for these players. Okay, going to release Brandon Barker. Right now, we don't have any spaces left in the squad, so also we have to have spaces to be able to sign players. We'll release him, £1.3 million. I didn't suspect that he'd actually be able to be sold, to be honest, given his wage. Just set up a new scout report, and hopefully going to find out from those three on the 2nd of every single month how they get on. Sent one to England, Brazil, and Spain, as I think I did last time, and so we'll hear back from them. Also got new scouts as well, so rehired and fired scouts. Found a 5-star one, which was good to see. The others, though, I just stuck with them, basically. So, yeah, we'll see how we get on. Hopefully get some really good young talent in. We do have our youth academy right now, which is in good shape. There's obviously still players that can be promoted if we want to. There should be 1 or 2 more players as well that can be released here. Yeah, not going to promote them just yet because there's obviously very different players that we're trying to bring in at the moment, so got to be careful that we don't fill up the squad. Great news that Goretzka has accepted the contract, 78 grand, a 5-year contract, and a first team player as well. Great news to see that happening, and that means we can accept the offer now, and he now signs for us. Really good signing, very happy about that. A fantastic signing, I think, for our midfield. Should be great for us this season. Loan offer here for Ruiz. Again, I haven't decided whether I'm going to keep him or not. I suspect he probably should go out on loan, and so we'll go with it. Again, we can always recall these players if necessary. Transfer offer here for Leroy Sané, £43.4 million for him, and that is absolutely nowhere near. 143 maybe. Loan offer for Selena, starting to get quite a few transfer offers in now. Another player that I think might be loan listed, yeah, he is. So yeah, we'll let him go. Again, not sort of a fantastic performance in any of the pre-season games, so it's worth loaning him out for a season, see how he gets on there. Still think he probably needs another year, but after that he probably has to do something in game. Some more player drills, and hopefully going to see Foden get a little bit closer to 76. Yeah, it's going to be next week, I think, when he actually goes up, but a little bit closer now. Bidding for Yaya Toure from Napoli, that's £5.6 million. Not as much as I was wanting. I think we're going to delegate. We're going to basically not sell a player for any less than about 7.8, we'll say. So we'll go initially £9 million. I want to try and get as much as possible. I think Yaya's still a good player as well. Loan offer for Marlos Moreno from Nottingham Forest. Another loan deal. Did we loan list him? Yes, we did. So again, it's tempting. Again, didn't feel like he really did enough in game. We've got a lot of good wingers this season. Messi coming in. And so I think for now, again, we're going to accept it. Again, if we need another winger, we can always bring him back if necessary. I've met with the representatives of Leicester City, agreed to pay £8.3 million for Jason Denayer. I'd take that, to be fair. I think that's a good amount of money. We'll let him go. I don't know whether they'll agree a wage, though. 63 grand a week is a lot of money for Denier. Another loan offer for Marlos Moreno. We'll accept it again, and this time I think from his Spanish team. So yeah, accept it. Happy to let him go to whichever team. Ruiz loaned out now as well for a year. Jason Denier sold to Leicester City. £7 million of that goes to our budget. Loan offer for Tosin to Bolton. Don't think he's loan listed, so that means that I want to keep him, and I'm going to reject that. No interest in letting him go to Bolton. I'm quite happy to let him stay at the club. I'm impressed with him in game, so we'll keep him. Selena loaned out. That's been confirmed. This is interesting. Bernardo Silva doesn't seem I'm needed. Since we last talked, it seems I've fallen pretty far down the pecking order here. Excuse me on international duty, mate, okay? If you no longer feel I'm the best for the spot, I'd like to ask for an opportunity to go elsewhere. Well, I do. I want him to stay, and so we're not going to sell him at all. I want him to stay in the team, just want him to play a little better. Marlos Moreno's loan move rejected. Okay, so not going to Nottingham Forest, that's confirmed. Got a game against West Ham now to finish off today's episode. Hopefully all these players are now back, like Messi and those sort of players. Yes, they're all here for international duty. Great news. This is our first opportunity to play with these guys. Okay, on to the game against West Ham now. In the Community Shield, this is the team I'm going to go with. Now, this is a real sort of demonstration of what I sort of see as my near enough starting 11. Of course, some players will be rotated and out, and there's no sort of definite places, particularly in midfield, where I do rotate things a lot. But Ederson starts in goal, Kyle Walker, Company, Stones, and Mendy in defence. De Bruyne, Goretzka, and Silva in midfield. Obviously, Bernardo Silva there playing as a centre attacking mid. Goretzka, our new signing, starting on his debut. Messi on the right-hand side, Aguero up front, Leroy Sané on the left-hand side. Looking forward to seeing what we get on here. This is a bench I've gone with, a really strong bench. Sanchez on there, Sterling and Gabriel Jesus all on there, as well as David Silva, Gundogan as well. Gulam and Otamendi also on there as well. So there's a lot of players that actually played a big part in pre-season and obviously are not anywhere near the squad. That's to be expected. We had such a small squad for pre-season. We'll see what we get on. It's going to be a very interesting game against West Ham. I'm looking forward to hopefully putting up a good fight here and trying to beat them. Can we get ourselves our first trophy of the season? Let's wait and see against West Ham here. We're obviously favourites. We certainly should be. We certainly should be beating them as well. Let's make that very, very clear. Messi in the team up against this West Ham side. I mean, it has to be a win for us. We've got such a good side out that we've got to get ourselves a victory. We've got to get ourselves the Community Shield. Looking forward to seeing how Goretzka gets on as well. In terms of his stats, he looks perfect for that role, but we'll wait and see how he is in game. There's still, I think, a midfield position up for grabs. I think maybe even two midfield position up for grabs. So hopefully we can have some good performances here. Really want to see how he gets on with Goretzka in particular. Messi gets his first proper touch of the ball and loses it. That's okay. Bernardo Silva turning his man. Bernardo Silva now to shoot. Good save by the goalkeeper and out for a corner. And we are going to put this one straight into the middle. It's going to be Kevin De Bruyne to deliver. Can we pick out Goretzka or maybe even Aguero at the front post? In fact, I think it might be Messi instead. I've just remembered we did change his number to number 10. He's going to go and cross from the opposite side now. Messi into De Bruyne. I think Stones also got there too. It's over. Good chance. Should be winning the game though, West Ham. Really good opportunity. Kiarte puts it wide. And they've actually looked pretty good, West Ham. I think it's partly down to the fact that we've not looked as good. I think we've looked better in pre-season with a heavily changed team. So that's a worrying start, but I think it is one of those sort of games where it could probably go either way at the moment. Messi going to come back inside. Really good little turn. Now into Sané. Oh, what a save by the keeper. It's out for a corner. That's a brilliant ball in from Messi. Great turn. Cuts it back fantastically. And Sané just about gets there. Leaps in front of whoever that is at the back there. Saved by the keeper. And it's going to be Messi to deliver as well. Come on, let's get ourselves a goal in this first half. It's cleared away. De Bruyne running forward, waiting for Aguero. Barely seen him in this game so far. Aguero! Oh, he scores off the bar and in. He's not had many touches, but he's finally scored here. And about 9 or 10 minutes left of this half, we have scored. Sergio Aguero gets it, and he puts us 1-0 up off the bar and into the back of the net. Like I say, not had that many touches at all, but this time he gets a good hold of the ball here. De Bruyne plays it into him, gets away from his man. It's a brilliant finesse. No stopping that, and we're in front. Aguero over to De Bruyne, and it's gone wide. Should be a corner as well, hopefully. No, it's just a terrible shot. Half time, 1-0. Obviously, at the moment, in front, which is good. Wanted to try and get a second though, if we can, pretty early on, because obviously, we do need a bit more of a gap. Performance-wise, it's been okay, improved towards the end of the first half, but in general, hasn't quite been as good as we were in pre-season. So, need to work on that. Aguero over to Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva now trying to weave it out, still trying to get on his left side if he can. Bernardo Silva shoots and saves. Maybe could have played to Leroy Sané. Good bit of play though from Silva, who just weaves in and out of the defence. Eventually gets a shot away, but couldn't find the corner. Two changes, Sterling and Sanchez to come on. We're going to take a Bernardo Silva and Leroy Sané. We obviously have loads of options, so we can quite easily take off two good players and bring two more good players on. So Sterling instead of attacking mid, a little bit different. Going to try him there. Gabriel Jesus or Gundogan, I think, to be the next players to be brought on. We'll wait and see exactly what we need. I can tell you one thing we definitely need. It's the second goal. Still going, great turn. It's Messi now to shoot from range. Oh, thought he found the corner. Got round his man, but it's saved and out for a corner. And it's going to be Kevin De Bruyne to deliver into the middle. Going to pick someone out. Aguero. Straight at Adrian. Jesus to come on. Aguero off. Messi's going to stay on, even though he's probably one of the more tired players on the pitch. He's done a lot of running and giving him the ball a lot as well. So we're going to keep him on the pitch anyway. Just hope that he's got a little bit more quality left in him for the final 20 minutes. Great chance. Sterling, and it's 2-0. There we go, that's the second goal. Raheem Sterling, the substitute, gets it. And is it Aguero that laid it off to him, or Goretzka? I didn't quite see. But regardless, we've got the second goal with 20 minutes to go. And that means that the changes can now be made as well. So that's great news. But glad to double our lead. Definitely needed it. Definitely deserved it as well. Completely dominated this game in the second half. And so it's only going to be a matter of time. So De Bruyne across to, I think, is that Bernardo Silva? Aguero lays it off and Sterling finishes it. Pretty good. I think it might have been Goretzka that played it to Aguero. Now, well played, Sanchez. Now look into the back post. Messi going to try and head back across into De Bruyne. Oh, what a challenge. Lifts it over the bar. Winston Reid, that is brilliant. Kevin De Bruyne looks like a certain goal from there on his left foot. How he's got a hand to that, I have no idea. It's out for a corner there. Messi going to play this one short to, I think, Raheem Sterling. He'll turn out, deliver in. Sanchez is in there and was beaten to it. Hits the bar, another chance, and wide. They couldn't quite get down the centre. They got it one way and then the other. And it still remains 2-0 to us, so close to West Ham getting another goal. It was offside anyway. De Bruyne over to Goretzka. He's still going, shoots, falls to De Bruyne to shoot over as well. How have we not got 3 goals at least in this game? So many good chances. Still haven't found the back of the net for a third time. That's it. Finishes 2-0. Obviously delighted to win ourselves the Community Shield. There's still a long way to go though, because we had a lot of chances there. We should have done much better than a 2-goal scoreline, but we'll obviously take it. It's our first game properly with this set of players, and obviously my first team selection properly as well of the season. So it's a good result given the fact that, you know, it is our first team selection. Playing with a lot of new players. Obviously Messi still to try and get him playing as I hope to. He was heavily marked and prevented from coming inside on the left foot. So maybe look at a different sort of option for him. Maybe a centre attacking mid. We'll try a few different things out over the course of the season. We're obviously delighted to win our first trophy of the season, even if it is just the Community Shield, but hopefully more to come as well further on in this season, and still got a couple more players potentially to add to the squad, as well as a couple of players that could still be leaving. Sanchez, I haven't yet decided whether he will be leaving or not. We'll probably decide in the next couple of episodes, but for now he's going to stay at the club. Didn't really impact things when he came on, that's my only worry. He hasn't really found his sort of position in the team, to be honest, in any position at all. So we might have to look at that one, might have to move him on, because we do have a lot of players already. And so we'll end the trophy celebrations here. Obviously delighted to get a win at Wembley and beat West Ham. Not the strongest of opponents, you know, they had a few good chances, they just didn't quite have the finish. Although I think we didn't have the finish more than they did, to be honest. 17 shots, 11 on target there. A 10 rating for Aguero, which is good to see as well. But most important thing was we've got ourselves our first trophy of the season. And next episode we've got a game against Chelsea to play. That's the first match in the league for us to play. Then we've got a game against Wolves after that as well. So 2 interesting games. Obviously Wolves have come up. Anybody else that we can see here that have come up from last season? Villa, Huddersfield were... No, Leeds have come up. We've got Leeds in the Premier League. That's fantastic news. My team are in here. That's great. We're going to have to play them, so we're going to have to beat them at some point. But looking forward to that. 2 games, one in December, one in January. But Leeds got promoted on the game, which is great. If only that could happen in real life. But yeah, that'll be a very interesting battle in this season as well. So 3 interesting teams getting promoted. But that's everything for today's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. If we could try and hit 100 likes, then I'd really appreciate it. Also, feel free, if you're new to the channel or if you haven't decided to subscribe yet, please feel free to go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well down below. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Try and hit 15,000 subscribers, and we are so close. As I'm speaking right now, I think we're about 55, 60 away, so very, very close. You guys can obviously make that happen. I'd really appreciate it if you go click that button. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.